Okay, let's do this. Previously I did record this part, but guess what happened? I didn't lose the footage. I didn't, have a hard drive crash. I didn't accidentally delete it. I wasn't recording, like in the wrong resolution or some shit. No, 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 no. I accidentally muted my mic. And when I thought I was unmuting it, I was in fact muting it, and vice versa. So most of the audio was nothing except the parts where it should be muted. And, well, didn't make for a very good entertainment, let me tell you that. By the way, if anyone is forcing you to watch this, here's the elevator. You can leave. You can report them to YouTube. Just so you know, that is allowed. It's legally, to my knowledge, a capital offense to force someone to watch a YouTube video. Okay, just so you know, you have that right. Okay, so I didn't remember this one very well when I played it like yesterday, but now I do because I have to play it again.
Oh no, the turbines again. I have to go. Wait, this next test does require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version. There. If you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion. Test on your own recognizance. I'll be right back.
Okay, so she gives a shit, and, well, let's see how this puzzle works, right? Well, what you're given is you need to use the laser to open the door, right? We've seen that before. We've seen lasers before, we've seen cubes before, we've seen all this shit. This is something that hasn't been used very much. And ooh, first time in a puzzle up until this point, we get an emancipation grid. Okay, that hasn't happened before. So now we have to deal with this shit, right? So you look at this, and you're like, okay, I know I need to put the laser in the hole, right? Put the laser in the hole. That's how physics works. And so you just do this. You're like, great. Well, I know I can't do this because it'll shut off. So I do this again, and I'm like, okay, maybe if I portal there, but I can't do that because that messes up the arrangement that I have here. So you're like, okay, that can't be like, it can't be that this isn't going to be used, right? So I use this. It's a glass cube. I can use this. Oh no, I can't use it. So now you realize that that's what the hole is for. So you do this to get your cube, right? And oh, I don't need to go through this shit. So you do this, right? And just get out of here, and you're done. Now, the clever part, the important thing to learn about this puzzle, like, why this puzzle exists, is to show you the emancipation grill, and to present you with a puzzle where you need to, like, completely avoid obstacles like this, to, like, circumvent them. It's there to sort of massage your brain a little. And that's the emancipation grill. Okay, we're going to be seeing that for the next few chambers. We're still getting this, thing that is not explicable. This is, This is what I'd call anger issues. Or maybe it's just broken. I don't know. You can't actually get onto this though. They were careful with the hitboxes. Yeah, so it's like it's showing you, you know, GLaDOS actually like refreshing the chambers and like fixing them and shit. That's just a bit thematic, but it also focuses your attention, right? Like gives you something as your brain processes the rest of the scene. And well, what you see is these, which have pistons, and these draw a lot of attention. So does this. The only other new thing is here, this. Okay, so this we have seen before, but not in this kind of context. Okay, so you're like, okay, I have nowhere to portal for any of this, right? So you just go here, find Wheatley.
Well, I'm back. The aerial faceplate in here is sending a distress signal. You broke it, didn't you? There, try it now.
Now, here's the clever part, okay? I bounced back up again.
This plate must not be calibrated to someone of your generousness. I'll add a few zeros to the maximum weight. You look great, by the way. Very healthy. Try it now.
Now, the whole reason why this breaks, I mean, this has like no other function other than storytelling, because otherwise they would have this and I could bounce up and down all the time. But instead, it breaks every time I use it, which leaves room for me to process what happened up there with Wheatley, okay? Create some, you know, some tension. And then gives us GLaDOS, which is not indicating that she is aware of him, and also, you know, is going to give you a bit of shit about being fat again. But that's the whole idea here. This otherwise has like no function, okay? And this is again way too far. It shows you, it has you like sort of like process things until it moves on with the story a bit, you know, with like Wheatley being hiding and shit. And it also like makes use of this being a bit too far in order to like sort of flex your brain a bit about how these work.
You seem to have defeated its load-bearing capacity. Well done. I'll just lower the ceiling.
And at this point, it just lets us move on, while also conveniently removing Wheatley from the picture, so he's not a distraction. Now, we don't have anywhere else to portal. This only can take one. This is the only one other place where we can portal to. So, well, you slam your face against the ceiling. Alright, so we're up here now. And what do we see? We see a laser. We're gonna have to stick that somewhere. And that's here. We have the conveniently placed lines that indicate that this is what opens the door. Okay. Now, we also have these like angled platforms, which we've already used, and we know that these will launch us at a trajectory. Okay. So, what's the deal here? Okay, why can't we just set this laser? Well, clearly we can't use a portal here, and we can't use a portal there. We can use one here. Okay, we can open this one, but you know, we have to like find some way to like, you know, get this laser over there. So because we can't really do anything else, okay, I can't like do this. Okay, I need some altitude. The only way to get it is by going down here. Well, except no. The only way to actually get it is by using this again. Which again, you know, like shows you something. Now I get up here, and this is where the cube is. This is not helpful. But I see this one. And I know that by doing the same thing, I'm going to get to the button. So that's what I'm going to do. And I slam my face again. So I get the button. Well, I don't get it, I just leave it there, but I do get a cube. Far away on that side. I'm gonna fucking do this. Get over here, I get my cube. Get my cube. Oh, I burned my ass. And I have to, like, point it at the laser, which, I have 2 portals, so I can use one on this side and one on this side, right? Oh, I've got it open. Except I need to actually get up there. I need to use this, but that breaks that. So, well, let's just get up there and see what we can do. Don't, for fuck's sake.
Look at you, sailing through the air majestically, like an eagle, piloting a blimp.
That is one of my favorite lines. Now look, just have to do it from up here. Activate the door, and you're done.
Enjoy this next test. I'm going to go to the surface. It's a beautiful day out. Yesterday I saw a deer. If you solve this next test, maybe I'll let you ride an elevator all the way up to the break room. And I'll tell you about the time I saw a deer again.
So that was a thing. And this is nothing. And now we're in this room. And this is an interesting room, right? Get over here. What do you see? You see this cube. Okay. And some, like, panels playing around. Okay. There's one that's just juggling it. You see a line over here, okay, which is bright. Okay, which leads to a cube being dropped or of some sort. You see, maybe you notice the faith plate here. Maybe you notice this one. If you don't notice them from this angle, you're going to notice them from another one. You notice the laser. And you notice this bridge. Okay, maybe this one as well. So you don't have much to do here. Okay, I can portal anywhere I want, but none of the portals that I use are going to lead me anywhere. Okay, it's just going to drop from a higher altitude. So all I really can do, maybe check out this hole. Oh, there's a hole here. Okay, all I really can do is do this, right? And I'm here, and this is already activated. What in the fuck? Okay, this is a new thing. This really implies that I'm going to have to block this. Okay, as I did previously, as it happened previously, with the moving platform, I think, using the cube, where you have to pass over it and figure out that those cubes are actually, they block the lasers. So how do I get the cube done? Because I need to somehow get over there. Well, I can't use anything up here. It's like nothing. But now I'm at an altitude. Okay, and that means I can use a portal to get there, because I can just drop down here, pick up the cube, the platform goes away. Was it this one? I think it was this one. And I can try to throw it across and fail. But, there's no need to fret. I can just open up a portal there. And just fall through with the cube. And fall again. Here it is. Pro moves, dudes. Now, what am I supposed to do? I want to use it to block that, right? Just get over here. She's picking up stuff. And this goes down. So now I'm not going to be, since I've been crashing into this, I can now not crash into that. So let's see what happens. Crash into another one. What in the fuck? But I see this, okay? Try to get one laser to stick into the other. Well, I used that trick in a previous chamber, right? And I haven't got this cube. So this is a laser redirection. I need that because, well, I can't like apply any portals down to there. None of the surfaces can take portals. This is an interesting thing right over here that I can't portal to. And if you didn't see it, okay, this one bounces from there, taking the same route that I did, and lands over here. But, you know, like there's no laser here, so I'm gonna have to take this down. I can just, you know, do this just to save some time. Oh, I need to use a cube up there. What am I gonna do? Well, let's just solve the puzzle as it is right now. So I need to redirect it somewhere, and conveniently, there's only one surface that I can use over there. No confusion, you just stick it there. Use my blue portal. And although, because of the graphics, it doesn't show, this is being activated. And the way that I know that is because even though this one isn't activated, this platform has been lowered. And you may notice that the other one has been lowered as well. So let's take our cube. See, when I know the puzzles, it's just not, it doesn't work as well. I mean, I do know them, it's just not remembering them as clearly just helps the thought process. So I go over here and I bounce over here and then I bounce back and back again and I land here. I use my oppression cube to keep down that button.
The test. I didn't see the deer today. I did see some humans, but with you here I've got more test subjects than I'll ever need.
Let's go to the next one. Now, here's where we get introduced, finally, to what those panels were hinting at. There's nothing here except this.
These bridges are made from natural light that I pump in from the surface. If you rubbed your cheek on one, it would be like standing outside with the sun shining on your face. It would also set your hair on fire, so don't actually do it.
So you go back here, right? Because this is leading you here. Which means you're likely going to notice that it is offset from the wall. Go here. Look at this. Oh, it's Wheatley. Oh. There's some nonsense here. Okay. Says, what? This thing, like only not with seeing my eyes. Well. Okay. Now here's the thing with this puzzle, right? You got your bridge. That's what you got. It's unclear yet what you can do with it. Maybe you looked at the video earlier, the panels, or maybe you look at this. Okay, it sort of like hints at the fact that you can use portals to have the bridge extend through them. Okay, light bridge. That's impossible. Now look, you look at this and you're like, okay, I need to clearly activate this button, which I need a cube for. The cube's over there. So I need to get to the button. And if I can use this, okay, where can I use it from? Well, there's only one obvious spot, because once you try this, you're like, okay, that's way too low. And I can't stick the portal anywhere else to make the bridge be higher. So I need to use this. So I go across, I know that there's sharks in there, so I can't dive in. I start with this. and just dives it into the water. Well, that's not usable. It just keeps going. Which implies that this is supposed to, since it's like remains activated, it implies that I can now leave this as it is. Okay, at least I have some time. Maybe it's a timing button, I don't know. I actually do know, but, you know. Like, dives right in there. And now what you want to do is get back there. Well, there's an opening. There's some... there's a surface there, so just use that. So you get over here, and you see that, I need to do that again. You'll notice the cleverness. They've added the surfaces slightly below one another, so that if you portaled, let's say around the middle here, and if you keep doing it around the same place with each one of them, then you'll fall onto the next bridge. Okay, like obviously I can portal way too high here. Well, not here, but I could do it there if I was, you know, if I was portaling way too low over here, and then I portal way too high here. You know, it might not work. I think it actually would work because the in this puzzle they've forced the bridge to be at the lowest point of the portal, so that works out. But you know, it still gives you some room. So this is falling down. I can pick it up. I don't have to, like, you know, catch it with a bridge or anything. I come back here. Now I need to get... Wow, my throat is dry. Now I need to get over there, right? So I've already done this a billion times in this puzzle, so I can do this. Oh, it hits the wall. Maybe that's going to be good enough, but I can just use this. You'll notice that they have been clever a bit with emphasizing the wall panels that you should use whenever there's ambiguity, without actually making them stand out too much. Like over there, you see that all of them are dirty, okay? But it's sort of like it's clear once you like try it a few times which ones you need to use, right? But here they've emphasized them. It is somewhat clear because it's offset, right? But over there, all of these panels are clear. Okay, they're all fresh. Whereas, you know, like here, where you don't have to, like, you know, add them, they're not. Some of them are, but that's just to throw you, like, just to like add variety and like not make it seem way too obvious. Okay, as the puzzles go on, they're going to be a bit more subtle with their hints. So here, where it's unclear, it's really difficult to, like, you know, tell the exact perspective, not just because, you know, you can't easily like draw a line when not both points are in your field of vision at once, but also, you know, even though from this angle they are, but you're likely not going to be going all the way to the edge of the room to like look at it. Where this might be like difficult to tell, they have this one be clean, so that you're more likely to actually hit that one and get the thing right. Just subtle, like, design choices there. I put the oppression cube on the thing, right? Now I need to somehow get out. Oh no! But this is actually not a problem. Okay, even though I am essentially, I could have just, like, you know, stayed on to that, but my point here is it's not a big deal. I can just like do something like this and get out, right? And since it's activated, my door is open.
You're a predator, and these tests are your prey. Speaking of which, I was researching sharks for an upcoming test. Do you know who else murders people who are only trying to help them? Did you guess sharks? Because that's wrong. The correct answer is nobody. Nobody but you is that pointlessly cruel.
I don't know if you noticed, but I mean, didn't remember it, so I wasn't showing it very well. But in the elevator that left, there was a fat turret, which is probably her way of telling you that you're fat. I guess.
Good news. I figured out what to do with all the money I saved recycling your one room full of air. When you die, I'm going to laminate your skeleton and pose you in the lobby. That way future generations can learn from you how not to have your unfortunate bone structure.
Well, in fairness, my bone structure is unfortunate. That doesn't mean she can make fun of me for it, though, right? That's nasty. There's more anger issue platforms. So as we're going along, the
door's malfunctioning. I guess somebody's going to have to repair that too. No, don't get up. I'll be right back. Don't touch anything.
Hey, up here. I found some bird eggs up here. Just dropped them into the door mechanism. Shut it right down. Bird! Okay, that's probably the bird in it that laid the eggs. Livid. Okay, look, the point is, we're gonna break out of here, alright? Very soon, I promise. I just have to figure out how to break us out of here. Here she comes. Just keep testing. Remember, you never saw me.
I went and spoke with the door mainframe. Let's just say he won't be, well, living anymore. Anyway, back to testing.
I really like the way that they wrote this game, and it's not only just a commentary on itself, but without making it rubbing in your face, but it's also just unapologetically overt. It's like, well, he won't be living anymore. It looks like no cleverness to it. Right, so as you notice, the puzzles, as they go, they get more complicated a bit more faster than they used to be. Sort of ramming it up. Since this has been a thoroughly tested game, since this is rather a thoroughly tested game, the pacing does get higher the more people would get more confident with the game, I'm assuming. So you see a button. This is a simple test, by the way. You see a button, you see a cube, you see the water, you see the ramp, you see the bridge. Okay, it's like you already know what you have to do. One problem is you can't see the other side, so you can't set a portal there to extend the bridge. So the only real So the only real question here is, how do you get that bridge to stick out of this wall? Well, this is where you learn to, use bridges this way. Do something like that. And then that. And, well, now you have a bridge right on the cube, which you need to have, because otherwise it's going to bounce off. And now you need to get that cube all the way over there. So we just do this, or rather a bit to the side. Okay. And just carry the cube over very slowly.
Well done.
There we go.
In fact, you did so well. I'm going to note this on your file in the commendation section. Oh, there's lots of room here. Did well. Enough.
Sarcasm is beautiful.
This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. Good luck.
How dare she imply I'm spherical? I'm cubical. Panels go off, that's new. Now this chamber is pretty much exactly the same test chamber that exists that we had in Portal 1. It's exactly the same arrangement because you start with a turret that, if you notice, I can't really do much with it. I don't have the capability to like use any portals around here. So if I use a portal there, it does nothing. So I'm pretty much forced to either bump into it, like this was here, right? Now I'm either gonna go past it and get shot, which tells me that I get shot. I'm either gonna use a portal here, okay, and then go try to like use it somehow, or do something like this, which is not gonna help because it's just gonna show the turret me, get me shot again, or just accidentally push it. I see that it's pushable, or I figure out that I can actually just move it. Like, this exists purely to show you that you can pick up the turrets and throw them away and, solve your problem that way. Now this one, as you can see, I can't reach it. Okay, there's no way for me to reach it. So I need to somehow grab it. And because I've grabbed this one from behind, that gives me the hint that I should rather grab this one from behind as well. Well, it didn't, but I just pushed it. Now, as I destroy that camera, let's get that out of the way. Now, the next one doesn't allow you to portal from behind it, so there's only a surface under it, not even above it. So the next thing that you're going to try is something like this. Okay, it's just teaching you like basics of how to get rid of turrets by forcing you to do the right thing, but without being explicit about it. That's the thing. When you make a level, make a puzzle like this in such a way that you can only really do the right thing, but you're not explicitly told what to do, that's when it's most effective at teaching you a specific skill, and that's what they're doing, and it's brilliant. Now, there was the exact same thing in the previous game, including that room. These ones do not have like portable surfaces beneath or behind them, so you need to use these, and you have conveniently cubes in this room. Okay, so you do something like this. This solves your problem there. Now you see this room. Get over here. And the problem is that they are covering each other. Okay, each one of them is covering the part of the room that the other two won't see. But you need to get a cube over here in order to open that door. So how are you going to do that? Well, this one has room underneath it to portal, but these two don't. So how are you going to do that, right? Well, I can, if I want to, do something like this, okay, and just get rid of this one. With the other two, if I don't want to get shot, I can actually employ multiple different strategies here, okay? I have 3 cubes. I can use cubes to drop them on the turrets. I can run behind this one and use it and just like pick it up and throw it, okay? I might not have enough time before this one shoots me down, but there's also another strategy where I can just use this to guard myself, okay? Because you can actually do that. At least it will give you like some room. I have done it like several times. You can just rush both of them, like with the cube, and they're gonna go down. And I can also try to very quickly portal a cube onto this. Okay, it won't help me much because I still need to get rid of them, but there's multiple approaches that might work here. Okay, you can get rid of them with a cube, you can pick them up, you can do this, which is what I'm gonna do here. Just drop one on you, and Where is the other cube? I think I picked the one that was farther away. Anyway, they weren't all that different. Do that. And here we are. I'm gonna stop this video here and continue with the next one. Sorry this was incredibly boring, but you know, I had to remake it and it always sucks to have to do that. Anyway, see you in the next one.